real estate in Nigeria is a premium investment. Everybody wants a piece of it. Every man wants to have one.
Yeah, all over the world.
It
really.
comes with lots of risks. So, should I decide to put my money in a real estate investment, what should be the first thing, my most important consideration?
Okay, fine. So, well, my name is Debo Adijano. As I said, I'm the MDC of Realty Point Limited. They call us the Sack Your Landlord people. Okay. So, if you want to invest in real estate,
Yes.
the first thing on your mind is authenticity.
Good.
That's the genuineness of what it is that you are putting your money on.
Yes.
It is after that that the returns on investment becomes a consideration. Because if ab initio you are putting your money on nothing, no matter what you think the return on investment will come to, it will come to nothing.
Yes.
So authenticity becomes the key thing.
Good.
And you can verify authenticity taking certain steps when investing in real estate.
Okay, so when you say authenticity, you mean whether the deal is even real or not.
Exactly. Does the deal exist? Is it real? You know, and so in your consideration for that will be one.
Yes.
If it is, let's say land you're buying,
Yes.
you're buying a plot of land or something. So you want to find out, hey, is this plot of land that I'm being shown, does it exist?
So how do you even find out?
Yeah, so you start from the documentation.
Good.
You see, real estate transactions, like you said in the opening, is a premium all over the world. It's a premium investment all over the world, not just in Nigeria. And it has some characteristics. One of it is that it's immovable. So you can't buy a piece of real estate, hook it to your trailer, and move. It will still have to stay there.
Yes.
So, however, your interest, because that's really the ownership. It's not ownership like you own a piece of item.
Yes.
So your interest in real estate, that's the ability, what gives you the right to be able to enjoy some benefit, okay, from that, whatever, is represented in some form of documentation.
Yes.
And so for you to prove the genuineness of what you want to buy, you have to then scrutinize the documentations that you've been presented.
Good. So most times the problem is I haven't engaged in a real estate deal before. Okay. I have a document with me and the dealer is telling me it is his land. These are the documents. How do I even verify?
I would say, hey, make use of certain professionals.
Okay.
There are a number of professionals in the real estate field that may have to come to your aid, okay, in helping you verify. One, you can use, sometimes you can use maybe a fulcrum professional, something like the pivotal professional that can help you coordinate all of the investigation that needs to be done. At times that is an estate agent or an estate surveyor and valuer. Okay, at times that could be a lawyer, depending on their exposure and their level of experience.
So,
okay, but first and foremost,
yes,
what you need to find out starts from what we call the survey. The survey on the land is like the name of the land, is the birth certificate, let's put it that way, in a way, for the land. That's what says that, hey, this land exists here. So that survey is what you first scrutinize. So I would usually tell people, go to the site of the land that you are shown. Make sure you get there and check the survey you've been given. A land surveyor can help you pick coordinates, or you can pick, if you know how to use the smartphones of this age, okay? You pick coordinates where you are on site and compare to the document that you've been given to be sure that it is the same land that is represented on that survey.
Now you've gone really very technical. So the number 2 advice beyond authenticity, don't do it alone.
Do with professionals.
What are the points, the things I would know, the telltale signs that I would see and I would know that fraud is happening?
Something fishy. Well,
yes.
So if it is just by way of probably inspection or your transaction and all, there are a number of things that can give you some hint as to whether there is a problem on this transaction. For example, if you are being rushed into a transaction.
Okay. If you are being rushed, number 1.
Somebody is telling you, hey, if you don't pay now, somebody else is paying tomorrow and all. Then if they are trying to avoid, they are proposing to you a means of payment that will be short of a trail. So somebody is asking you to pay in some way that you won't be able to link it up to him or her later in life. You must be careful.
Like pay with cash.
Like pay with cash. Like pay, you are buying property from me, it's in my name, the documents are in my name, but I say, hey, for no reason, for no justifiable reason or no supporting document, I say write the check in favor of somebody else you've not met, you don't know, and you don't know the relationship or the correlation with the transaction. That may be one way I'm trying to avoid being traced to the transaction. So you may want to be careful. Then if you inspect a site, let's say you're buying land, for example, you've been told you're buying land, and then you got there only to see that there are signs of development on the land. Maybe there's been block work done, foundation and all of that, probably demolition even has happened and all of that. And you are getting there to know, and you are getting to ask before they are offering some form of explanation. That gives you an indication. In fact, ab initio, the fact that there is some development there, even if you've not been there and they told you, you must really be careful about the explanation, because that could be a problem waiting to happen. Okay, so but if they did not tell you at all and you only got to the site to discover this, that should put you on your toes. Okay, so that's another thing. And then I tell people that, hey, if the person who is offering you some form of purchase or maybe acting as a vendor doesn't have documentation. In the name of it got burnt where we were living before, but I'm the owner, I've been here for so people can tell you I'm the owner. Stuff like that are not tenable, okay? If you've lost your property documents, there are legal means by which you can reacquire some other papers to represent what it is that you own, okay? There are CTC copies, that you can apply for and stuff like that, okay?
Yes.
So you shouldn't just let somebody tell you, hey, I'm the whatever. Or if you verifying a property and you come up with some pictures, some information, and the face is not just exactly like what you are seeing. Maybe it looks like this person that you are now being presented looks older or looks much younger or stuff like that. It doesn't just correlate. You know, you should also be on your toes and on your guard regarding that kind of transaction. Because there have been instances where, people have been impersonated to sell property. And then if you are offered a juicy property, they say, man, we are in need of cash because this person is sick and you are presented with a sick person, really, okay? This person is sick and needs to be rushed to the hospital. There is an emergency operation that needs to be taken. It needs to be, flown out of the country, maybe to India, to UK, to US. And that's why we are selling this property. And that's why we are really not selling. You know, the going rate around there is 20 million, but we are ready to take 10 million just to sell and to be able to take it because life is wealth and all of that.
Yes.
Health is wealth, you know, and they tell you all of that. You should be mindful. A lot of people have been duped thinking that they are buying a hot property. You know, in real estate, there's what we call the motivated seller. Somebody who has a reason to sell and to sell now. Okay? A lot of people have been duped with the story of a motivated seller. Okay? There are motivated sellers. There are times where people have to sell their property below market rate. Yes. But you see, if each of those presentations comes, you have to assess them on their merit. It's not always the case all the time. And I say this to people. If any transaction looks too good to be true
Then
in real estate, most of the time it is not true really. So you just have to be on your guard.
Hello everyone, this is Bam Bam.
And Teddy,
Download Bounce News app. Your news,
your edge.
If I have fallen victim of fraud
Okay.
in any real estate, what should be my best course of action?
Well, I would say get a lawyer, report the matter maybe to the authorities, and see what remedy you can have from there. That's really where it is. That's really where it is. If you've been duped, then get a lawyer.
How easy is it to recover my...
Well, depending on who duped you, if this is not his stock in trade, if he's an amateur and this is not his profession, if he has not been able to cover his tracks very well, and the money is still handy somewhat, okay, so it's not like there's been a lot of gap in terms of time between when you were duped and when you realized and started pursuing. Yeah, you may be able to get some.